ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
Hey, welcome back to another edition of ScottPlexCity. Hit that subscribe button and Pank's Podcast, and then every single Wednesday you'll get notified when we drop ScottPlexCity. We do it every single week for you. Scott Pank, that's me. Scotty B, he just walked in the studio.
I am here.
I thought I was going to get things rolling without you for a quick minute, but I'm glad that you're here from the beginning because it definitely is a lot better when you're here. I haven't had to experience it without you, and I was like, oh man, am I going to have to...
You have to handle this alone?
No, I can't.
Oh my God, you can't do this. You've never done anything by yourself.
I'm so scared. No, but I'm so glad, though, that you just walked in the studio as I just started going. One thing I do want to mention right off the top is I am glad that... here we go. I was afraid that when they debuted the Demon King, that he was going to lose. I was going to say, there's no way that you can debut the Demon King and have him lose the first night. That just takes away everything. But since he came out on Raw,
Yes.
that makes it okay for him to lose now this upcoming Sunday. And I think it basically, if you go by old school booking rules and ways that was done, it basically tells you that Seth Rollins is going to be the, what is it, Universal Champion?
The Universal Champion, yes.
You agree? Or what do you think?
Seeing that Finn Balor got the upper hand on Seth Rollins, that would be my thought, that probably Seth Rollins will become the champion, and then Finn will be chasing the title afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the way they're going to do it. That would be my guess. I could totally be wrong.
Do you think Seth would be a better first champion?
I think since he's got the name, I mean, he's been out there a little bit longer. I mean, obviously, if you're a diehard wrestling fan, you know NXT, you know what's going on. But you have a lot of those casual fans that maybe don't have the network and whatnot, and they only watch Raw, SmackDown. So they only really know the people who are on those shows. They might really not really know Finn Balor as much. So to have a guy like Seth, who's well known, who's been out there for a while, give him the belt and have Finn Balor chase it and get to know him a little bit better, that might be a better way to go.
I personally think that Seth should get the belt. I think it would be the right decision to give it to the man with more name. It's the first time this belt is being introed. We never had this belt before, so I think it would be better just for the belt's sake and to make it really mean something, because we've had a problem in the past with belts not meaning anything. And it's because of who has held the belts over the years.
And I hate to break into anything that we're talking about right now. We should have mentioned this right off the top. Pretty much breaking news today.
What's that?
Alberto Del Rio suspended for 30 days.
Wellness policy?
Wellness policy, which is very, very strange because there's been rumors all over the place. He's not happy with his role right now. I also heard a rumor where basically Triple H once his contract's up in October, done. He wants him out of here. It's kind of strange that this is happening right now when all those rumors are happening. It could be just a weird coincidence, but I find it to be very, very strange.
Do we know of any drug issues or steroid issues he's had in the past?
He kind of looks a lot bigger than he did before. I mean, he's a lot more pumped up, so I would almost think possibly he might be on something. Who knows?
Could he have supplied Roman Reigns
will you
Adderall?
Stop with that. But you never know.
No, you never know. But it's going to be interesting to see what the outcome is here, because they'll release if it was steroids or if it was Adderall or cocaine. Does this mean there's a chance that Paige might pop?
I was just about to say the same thing. I'm not saying that she's going to, get popped for anything, but, if he gets let go or leaves, that's her poppy right there.
Says so on her finger.
Says so on her finger. Makes me want to puke.
Could it be for what's his name?
Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I think
Probably for Alberto.
If you've actually seen Alberto wrestle lately, he's got a big old tattoo on the side of his ribs. I think when Paige got the poppy tattoo, at the same time. Because there was like Instagram photos and all that kind of crap that they were getting tattoos together. So maybe if he goes, she goes too, which will be a shame. But she's been out with an injury, and they've been saying it's like nerve damage and stuff like that. So she might not be able to wrestle at all anymore to begin with.
That's unfortunate.
So
First
sorry to
of
break
all,
into that, but
no, that's okay.
Since it
I
was
want to
something
say
that
one
happened
thing.
This came down like an hour or so ago.
And before we continue on, and what we're going to do is we're going to make our match predictions as we go on with the show. We'll just talk about the feuds as we go along. I think that's just the best way to do it now as we lead into SummerSlam this weekend. But I want to say one more thing about tattoos of your girlfriend or your boyfriend. They're not a good idea ever.
Don't do it.
Ever. It's okay to tattoo family members.
Absolutely.
You know, your mom, your
basically,
dad.
I have this tattoo. I mean, my parents are still with us, but my father is big into wolves. My mom is really big into owls, and I found this design. I thought,
show it to the camera.
This is perfect. Hopefully, I can actually kind of show it.
It's probably in there, right there, a little bit.
It's perfect for them, and like once they do pass, I always have them with me. So you have something like that, and whatever. Or put a name like you have a child, even put that picture on there.
And I have like a World War II Avenger bomber that like my grandfather flew in World War II. You know what I mean? But your wife, even your wife,
even a wife, there's always a chance she's not blood. So that's always a problem. It has to be blood.
One more time. What's the key word?
Blood. Blood.
So don't do that. That's just wrong.
That's just stupid.
Basically, you're asking to break up.
I mean, you look at AJ Styles. What does he have? He's got his name and then all the birth dates of his children. That's perfect right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
Your children are your children forever.
Exactly.
Your wife may not be your wife forever.
That is true.
Unfortunately.
She's not blood.
It is the tough realities of living life. But back to Finn Balor, Seth Rollins feud. We're both saying that it would be a good thing to have Seth have the title first, just because the name value to first go on, and we can agree on that, right? But who are you taking, Finn or Seth?
I'm going to take Seth in this.
Are you?
I'm definitely going to take Seth.
I'm going to take Seth Rollins as well.
I think it would be great to extend the feud a little bit. I mean, either way, one of them wins. The feud's going to extend it even more, but I think the fact that if you have Finn chasing the title, that's going to make it even more interesting.
We'll get talking about Dean and Dolph's match, Brock and Randy's match in a few, the same as John and AJ's. But Sasha and Charlotte is... Dana Brooke is banned from the ring. From leading up to it, she had a match with Sasha, and if Sasha beat her, then Dana was banned from the ring. If Dana won, then she could be by the ring. Sasha won, so Dana is not allowed to be out there for this match here at SummerSlam for the WWE Women's Championship, which I think is a good thing because it helps minimize the possibility of a botched finish, which we've learned over the past 2 months or so with Dana Brooke, is that unfortunately she makes a lot of errors.
I've been seeing quite a few of those, too.
They did bring her up when Emma was there, and they're going to run with that. I don't think she was ever meant to be in the spotlight, the main event scene so quickly.
So many injuries, they had to bring
They
her
could have
up.
put her back down.
Yeah.
They could have. I think they really messed up with keeping her there. But I am excited for Sasha versus Charlotte. It's going to be a great match.
I mean, they've had some great matches down in NXT, so to see that on the big stage, it's going to be something to watch.
And this one really means something for the Women's Championship. New York.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Who are you taking?
I got to go with Sasha on this one. I think she's taking it for a while. She's going to be the main chick for a while. I hate to use that term since they're doing the whole women's evolution and all that kind of stuff. I shouldn't be sexist and use the word chick, but
she's going to be the boss for a while.
She is the legit boss for a while because I think they're really going to start pushing Nia Jax to start going after that. So
I think Nia Jax, it's still a little bit of time before she comes and gets in the main event scene. I'm going to take Charlotte for the championship. Somehow Charlotte is going to find a way to weasel that title, just like her father.
We'll see.
Rusev is taking on Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. It's been an alright feud. It was quickly thrown together out of nowhere.
I was surprised they actually had those guys go against each other a week before the big show. But they put on a great match.
They defend the honor of his wife, which was cool.
Which is kind of funny, seeing that the bad guy is defending the honor of his wife, and it's the good guy who's making fun of everything and calling her bad names, almost calling her a slut and whatnot. You know,
basically, you might as well call her mail order bride and all this craziness. It's been fun.
It's fun,
and I think it's going to continue on.
I think so too.
But I don't think Roman's going to win the championship. Lana's going to get involved somehow. Lana is going to jump in and attack. Because Lana is so frustrated and angry at Roman. Somehow she's going to get involved in this match here.
I feel the same way. Like again, we were talking about the whole Seth Finn match where one got the upper hand, so usually that means pay-per-view. It's going to be the opposite. I feel the same way too. This past Monday, Roman won the match, and the week before, he kind of got the upper hand with the whole crashing the wedding and everything like that. I feel that... Rusev is definitely going to end up retaining the title on Sunday.
Enzo Amore and Big Cass are taking on Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
And before we get into that, they were at Yankee Stadium yesterday. There were some videos out there knowing that. I mean, obviously, it was pretty obvious that Enzo and Big Cass being New York guys, they're going to be Yankee fans, which is totally awesome. So big ups to those guys. Awesome. Of course, they could be Mets fans too, being down in New York. But the fact that they're Yankee fans, they were
even better.
There's just videos out there. It's some good stuff. Basically saying the Yankees ain't SAWFT soft. Yeah, I like those guys even more now.
I can't wait to hear the crowd.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
In Brooklyn,
they're gonna get a pop.
Wow, this is
because you got to think
this
insane. Is like the second WrestleMania. I mean, it's the second biggest show next to WrestleMania, where a lot of people from overseas and whatnot, the very loud European fans show up too. So you're going to hear all sorts of "How you doing" chants and stuff like that. This is going to be nuts. And plus, it's New York City, so it's always loud anyway. And
the evolution and this creation of Jericho is
Have
great.
you seen some of the memes out there?
It's amazing.
The Beavis and Butthead one, those two
There's
together.
There's a Chris, where's my car? Like a dude, where's my car one? That's hilarious.
Oh, God, where's the Jay and Silent Bob? They both look like that. Bill and Ted, there's one of those. It's just, who is ever coming up with that? Genius. Freaking amazing. Genius. And the fact these two guys are so good together on the mic. The promo they had with Tom Phillips or Tim or Brian or whatever the hell his name was. They kept on changing his name every single time they talk. It was great. Those guys are so good on the mic. I'm actually kind of hoping down the line they give them the belts. Have them be a tag team for a while.
I think they're going to stay together for a little bit, to be honest with you.
They got great chemistry.
The tag team division needs people, and the Shining Stars haven't came through. And
even though they're winning matches, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, weird. And, Golden Truth hasn't really came through. So I really think they're going to roll with Jericho and Owens for a little bit as a tag team. But I'm giving it to Enzo and Big Cass this weekend.
You have to. I mean, being in Brooklyn and all, you got to give it to them.
Let's stay tag team. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day, taking on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for the tag team championships. It's unfortunate Big E's hurt, but I like how it gives Xavier a chance to shine and really wrestle and not just take the 1, 2, 3. So I do enjoy that, but I'm thinking their time might be up. SummerSlam to SummerSlam, I think they're dropping it. Yeah, they've had the belts for quite some time, and the Bullet Club, I'm going to call them that, I don't care. Bullet Club, they are what's cool these days, and I say them taking the belts. They're definitely pushing them to be one of the main tag teams in WWE right now. Yeah. And they need the belt more than the New Day needs the belt at this time. The New Day is so over, it's not fun. It don't matter if the New Day ever holds the belts again. They're just over. They're going to be one of those teams 15 years from now. People are going to love it. I will say, though, their intro without Big E in the beginning is not as fun. It's not as fun. We don't hear that, don't you dare! They should have him voice a bunch of them ahead of time and just drop it in. When all you hear is, it's a new day, yes it is. I'm like, I'm not as pumped up. Right. I'm pumped up, but not nearly as much. And I think, though, when Big E comes back and he hits it, that opening there, the place is going to erupt. I wouldn't be surprised maybe it happens at SummerSlam. We might actually see him come back. Maybe he'll end up being in the corner. Maybe he'll show up like in the middle of the match, and next you hear that, like, Anderson and Gallows, where the hell is he coming from? That type of thing. That would be cool. That's a good idea. WWE, if you've been listening, that's a good one. Listen to us. Right there. John Cena, AJ Styles. This has been a feud over the past 3 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
great.
a top-notch feud. It's been really, really good. AJ Styles has really took on this heel character of himself and has brought it to a whole new level. And John Cena keeps saying the same stuff over and over and over and over again, but AJ Styles is... It's just working really good, even though it is very repetitive and they keep saying the same thing every promo pretty much. I'm into it still. I just don't know if it continues after SummerSlam.
I doubt it does. I'm thinking probably AJ will end up taking it because this is another one of those things where I think Cena is taking some time off, and in order to do that, let's have him lose this match and kind of put him in the background, start pushing AJ more into the spotlight, and have him continue on, maybe chasing a belt, maybe Dean Ambrose or whatever, and John Cena slowly kind of fades off for a little while doing what he has to do, because from the looks of it now, he's not going to be around all the time.
And
Even though he says he's never leaving, like he always crapped on The Rock back in the day, he's taking his time off, which he deserves. I mean, the guy's been around for quite some time now. I mean, what?
15 years?
Close to 15 years now?
Years?
Somewhere in there, yeah. So.
And he's got to film season 2 of that American Grit.
Probably going to make some more movies. I mean, he's got all sorts of commercials that he's doing now. He's got hefty commercials.
He's hosting events.
He's hosting all sorts of
award
events.
shows.
I mean, he's mainstream. So, I mean, he's starting to get like The Rock. He probably won't be as big as... No one's ever going to be as big as The Rock. I don't care what happens. I mean, no one thought that it was going to get any bigger than Hulk Hogan. And then Stone Cold came around, and people were like, oh, it's not going to get bigger than this. It did with The Rock, and I don't think it's going to ever get up to that plateau.
What do you think of this Rock versus Vin Diesel beef?
I've heard rumors in the past that Vin Diesel was kind of a D-bag, so I'm not really surprised by this. But, of course, it's just rumors, so you don't really know if it's true. But apparently something happened on the set of the most recent Fast and the Furious, because The Rock tweeted or Facebooked or whatever it was about it, and he was not happy with whoever he was talking about. No. And the rumor is that it was about Vin Diesel, and he's all full of himself, and he's going to come out of his trailer when he wants to, and it's like, dude, come on.
Basically, if you don't know, The Rock called out male actors on the set of Fast and Furious for being divas.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, after all said and done, it seems like he was talking about Vin Diesel, because allegedly he also got in his car at the end of the shooting. They bounced off. He just bounced off. And then, did you see the video he put out when he was on the plane? He's like, I promise to tell you everything.
I have not seen that.
Everything. So, I'll show you when we get done doing this and we go into the other studio. I'll bring it up for you and show you. It's hilarious. But I am Team Rock, because The Rock will whoop his candy ass and lay the smack down.
And I would think probably, you shouldn't be that way around The Rock, for one thing, because he's like one of the coolest guys there is. And two, I don't think these movies would be as good if The Rock was not in them.
Especially nowadays. Like I was saying last week when it came out, when I was on air, I was like, listen, like the producers, if I was a producer, I'd basically be like, listen, Vin, you're going to have to make up with The Rock, because The Rock ain't going nowhere. Yeah, we respect you as being a star in the original ones, and that's why we still have you here now, but The Rock is the new star that's carrying it. This is the rebirth of the franchise with The Rock, and so you can get on board, or get off. So,
what does it say that they're putting some of these other names in these movies? Statham was in the last one. You put The Rock in these last few ones. You put Ronda Rousey in one. And I think, who's coming up in this next one? Charlize Theron, I think, is going to be in this next one. I think. I won't swear to that, but, some of these other big names. So it's like they're having to bring these names into these movies. What does that tell you about Vin Diesel? It's like, is he really the one that's bringing the money in? I
not
doubt
so much anymore.
I'm not saying I hate him. I've enjoyed a lot of his flicks, but once he started going on with this, it's like I enjoyed all the Fast and Furious movies before The Rock, and then once 5 came out, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be more interested in this. Then I come to find he's going to be in the next one. I'm like, oh, this is freaking awesome. So it just keeps getting better and better with him in it.
I agree. Brock Lesnar. It's always better with Brock Lesnar in the ring, taking out Randy Orton. I really don't like this match, and I've been saying I do not like it. I don't think there's enough story behind it. Also, you want to play a little drinking game? Every time they say, 16 years in the making or 15 years in making, whatever it is, take a drink.
Probably, yeah.
Because they say it like every 2 seconds, and it's absolutely insane. But I'm not into this match. I don't believe Orton can really put up a good match against Lesnar.
I think this is going to be the sleeper match, the one that you're not going to expect to be good, but it's going to end up being really good.
But I'm taking Brock Lesnar.
Oh, definitely. After what I saw on SmackDown this past week, and there was a little face-to-face with Orton and Bray Wyatt, I think Bray is going to get involved in this match somehow, cost Randy Orton the match, and there's the feud right there, because Brock is not sticking around. He's probably not going to show up again until Royal Rumble time. So I think that's the way to get past this. Brock wins the match, say bye-bye for a while. We continue a feud with Bray and Orton.
Because, yep, that'll be great for SmackDown right there. A nice high-level match with a mainstream guy. Dean Ambrose takes on Dolph Ziggler for the WWE World Championship.
I'm even more interested in this match now. I wasn't sure about it. The fact that Ziggler had been a jobber for a while. The big name jobber. Losing lots of matches like to Baron Corbin and stuff like that, and then he wins this match to get this shot for the title, and it's like, okay, what are they doing? But these promos that Ziggler's been doing, especially this past week on SmackDown, just the fire that's in him, and then give him the super kick and whatnot, it's got me very interested in this match. I'm thinking these guys are going to steal the show, steal a turn from Dolph Ziggler.
I think they threw Ziggler in with Dean as a hold me over type until we kind of figure out and really get things running on SmackDown. But I think this feud is going to continue on throughout this pay-per-view. I do believe Dolph Ziggler is going to be champion at the end of the night.
We could see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a heel turn. We actually have #HeelZiggler show his face again, because he's a great heel. And he's not. I mean, I think just through the fact that they've been doing what they've been doing is that the fans haven't been really behind him as much. But if you change his persona a little bit, go back to the heel, I think that would really be a good thing to do. I don't think he's gonna win the belt. I think it's gonna be Ambrose holding on to it. But I think we see a heel turn after the match. I could definitely see that happening.
I would like a heel Ziggler to get in the scene. It's about time. He needs a little some freshening up, and he's kind of been building toward being the heel, getting a little bit more intense and in your face, and I don't care what you think type attitude. Real quick though, I forgot to ask: John Cena or AJ Styles?
I'm going AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. I'm saying AJ too. He goes over this one. All right, so we got a couple more matches left here on the card. The Miz versus Apollo Crews. It's for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I really think the Miz is going to hold it. Apollo is not quite ready. I don't know why this is what it was. I don't know why they abandoned the whole Darren Young versus Miz thing. I don't even know what they're doing with Darren Young right now.
Primetime players are feuding.
Yeah, and then it just don't make no sense. They just kind of
just rushed Apollo Crews into this. So if they put the belt on him, it's too much of a rush job. And I like the way they've been using the Miz with the title.
Right.
I think it deserves to stay on him. I picked the Miz as well.
Cesaro versus Sheamus, which is
the start of a best of 7 series.
Yuck. First of 7, like in one, they're going to. Same match time?
What?
So I don't even know.
No. It's like they'll do 7 different matches over the course of a couple months, probably.
Oh.
They did this back in the day. Back in WCW, I remember them doing that with I think Chris Benoit, and Booker T. I think they did that also in WWE with those two. I think there was a best of 7 series with John Cena and somebody. So they've used this sort of thing before.
I just hate Sheamus in it.
I think, but he works well with Cesaro, so I think this is going to be actually a decent set of matches.
Who do you think wins at SummerSlam?
For the first match, I'm going to go Sheamus.
Me too.
Because Cesaro has been winning the last few matches, so I think they'll kick it off with Sheamus winning. But I think once we get to that, they'll probably go all 7 matches, I would think, and probably Cesaro will end up being the winner of the actual thing.
Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi are taking on Natalie, Eva Marie, and Alexa Bliss. 6-women tag team match. I think I'm going to pick Carmella's team to win.
I think I'm actually going to go with the other team, and the way they've been hyping everything, and it's like everyone's booing the hell out of her, and she hasn't actually really stepped in the ring yet because they keep on coming up with excuses. I kind of like the way they're going with that stuff. I think Eva Marie is actually going to be the person getting the pinfall in this match.
That would be crazy. I do like what they're doing with Eva. I love her intro, but a new intro that is amazing is
Naomi's?
Naomi's, yeah.
Looks like you're on an acid trip watching
Holy
that. Not that I would know what that's
Throw
like,
on
but
some
I've heard
Pink
things.
Floyd and watch
my
that.
gosh,
Wow, that'd
yeah.
be a great little scene right there. But I'm excited that they're kind of letting her character get a rebirth. It's a whole new beginning, something fresh for her because she's got a lot of potential. Yeah. I thought for a second she was going to be a champion, but then they abandoned that.
They were pushing that, and then I think she got hurt, and then she just went on the back burner. I also like the fact that she's back to being a face. I didn't like her as a heel. To me, it didn't work. She just seems too nice. You watch her like on Total Divas and stuff like that. She's the nice nurturing type of person, and I just can't see her as a bad guy, I guess.
I'm going to say Sasha Banks and Charlotte steal the show at SummerSlam.
Oh, absolutely.
You think that they steal the show as well?
Absolutely. I definitely think the Finn Balor Seth Rollins match will be huge too, but I definitely think the women are going to be the ones that steal the show, no doubt whatsoever.
Anything else happen outside of the ring that you can recall throughout the week other than
the Del Rio thing that happened about an hour, or that was announced about an hour ago, but as far as anything else, not that I know of. Not that I can.
Well, SummerSlam going on. Check it out. Once we get past SummerSlam and stuff, we got to start kind of incorporating the Cruiserweight Classic going on because they're kind of getting into the final rounds.
Plus, a lot of those guys are going to be heading over to Raw once they start that division over there. So.
Exactly. So we'll start to get into that in the next couple weeks.
That is some good stuff, too. I mean, some of those matches have been absolutely freaking believable. The Johnny Gargano and Ciampa match that they had, was it 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
That was just so crazy. And then the I'm forgetting names now. Cedric Alexander and Kobe Ibushi. Is that his name?
I think Ibushi.
Ibushi.
Yeah.
That match was freaking nuts, and the crowd just went crazy for Cedric, saying, Triple H signed him, and then Triple H comes up and gives the thumbs up and says, he should be here.
Yeah, approved.
I mean, I cannot wait to see some more of these matches. It's incredible stuff they got going on there.
SummerSlam this upcoming Sunday.
And Saturday we have NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2.
Which is going to be extremely
good.
good. We'll talk about that next week as well. I don't really know what's on that card, so much of the full up and down.
Oh, we got Samoa Joe taking on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
That's going to be the match.
That's the one match
I
do know. That's the match right
Forget
there.
everything else. I mean, Bobby Roode's going to have his first big match in NXT. Which is cool. Austin Aries is going to go against Noe Jose. Let's see, I believe... The Revival is going to face Gargano and Ciampa. That will also be probably the second biggest match of the night, if not those two right there are the matches to watch for
and Bayley's taking on
Asuka, yeah.
Yeah, Asuka.
So that should probably be a really good match too. I totally forgot about
Unfortunately, I just haven't had time to really keep up on NXT.
We're all busy. I mean, especially when it's like we said the last few weeks, you have so much wrestling now. You can pretty much watch something every single day. You got Raw Mondays, you got SmackDown
And SmackDown
Tuesdays.
matters now.
Yeah, it really does matter. So that's why we start talking about it more now. You got NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic on Wednesdays right now. Thursdays you have Impact. Over the weekend you have ROH. And if you can find it, you can watch like New Japan and all this other stuff all over the place. So there's wrestling all the time. Plus you got what pops up on the network. Speaking of the network, watch the Women's Evolution 24 special that was on last night on the network. Good stuff. Those 24 specials, always good. I definitely recommend watching that one. And I can't wait for Holy Foley because I watched
Me too.
The,
That's going to be so
I watched
awesome.
the first look of that and then just, It's going to be funny. Plus, Noelle Foley is so hot.
gorgeous. Oh.
I feel like a dirty old man saying that because she's probably close enough to old enough to be my daughter. But if I had any kids, but yeah, she's
beautiful.
She's fine.
She's very nice.
She's very nice.
She has a lot of dimes. She's a dime. She's a lot of dimes. Instead of no dimes, a lot of dimes. Nice dime. Gorgeous
nice
dime.
Shiny dime.
Shiny dime. All right, so that's it for ScottPlexCity. Subscribe to Pank's Podcasts in iTunes, and then you get notified every Wednesday when ScottPlexCity comes out. Scotty B, how they get at you?
Scotty B 1976 on Twitter, Scotty Bizzle 76 on Instagram, and find me at Scotty Blaine on Facebook. That's Scotty with an I-E, not a Y.
And you can get me, Scott Radio, on all the social medias. I'm there. Enjoy yourself. ScottPlexCity. Check it out every single Wednesday. Later.
Peace.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.
ScottPlexCity.
Marks.